Because he wants to open a better door for you. Even though you're tithing, don't complain. Because when you start murmuring about your giving, then you block your blessings. What will be, will be. And God's word can never return to him void. The Bible says, and without faith, it is impossible to what? Please him. Whoever will draw near to God must believe that he exists and that he rewards those. Your giving activates your faith. Your giving activates your faith. You come in here one day and you give $1,000. Tell me what? Your faith will be activated to believe God for more. You won't believe God for just less. You believe God for more. Your faith becomes activated. And he says, and he is the rewarder of those that seek him. When you are continuing to seek him as you're giving, you attract God's favor and God's blessings. I mean, it means doing it constantly. If you hold on to what you have, you will never receive what God has in store for you. Can I say that again? If you keep holding on to what you have, you will never receive what God has what in store for you. You must release it. Remember the story of one of the prophets that met a woman, and he told the woman, he said, the woman, her husband was a pastor who has ministered and prayed for so many people, and then she owed so much money, and the man died. And the prophet came to this woman and said to her, woman, I want you to give me food to eat. And the woman said, I have nothing to give you. The only thing I have is just little for me and my son. And when we eat that, we'll go and die. That's another thing I was going to talk to you. Activating the blessing of the prophet. This prophet knew that by the virtue of that woman releasing what was in her hand to him, of course he's not stupid. He knows that's her last, but he told her, give it to me. Until you release it, you will never receive back. Until you are willing to release it. And how do you release? Your faith comes alive. That's where he says, without faith it is impossible to please God. If I tell you today, give me $500, like, Pastor, hey, my family in Africa are waiting for me to send them money. I just saved a little bit, and now you begin to speak all kind of things. But the prophet said, give that to me. The Bible said that when she gave, she had so much more that she was even giving out to other people. That was what happened. You are not stupid for giving. People might think you're crazy for giving to the things of God. If we sold the back to school things that we did here, you know how much we'd have gathered? You know how much this church, we would have been a little bit richer. If we sold them even for, what am I talking about? The garage giveaway we did. If we sold them for $1, we would have made over $10,000 or more. But we gave them out for free. You think we're stupid? Give, and it shall come back to you. Good measures, pressed down, shaken together, running over, shall men give unto you. When you give, the same measure is going to come back to you. And that's what God says. So if you keep holding on to what is in your hand, you will never make room to receive more. You will never make room. You will never attract the prophet reward. These few days, few weeks, Pastor Lucretia has been getting so attracted to prophet reward. She goes to fish a lot. And every time she goes to fish, Pastor James, I have fish for you. She caught some very hefty ones today. Wherever I am, when she said, Pastor James, I caught fish, I leave everything I'm doing. I say, come, meet me somewhere. She goes to fish, and I love to fish, and I love fish. You know why? She's not stupid. Or it's not she cannot eat the fish. Mama Sylvia here, she looks at me and says, Pastor, I want to buy you a suit, or I want to buy you a shoe. So his only problem I have is that when she buys me the shoe and I see the price, I say, Mama Sylvia, I don't like this shoe. Give me the money. No. The other shoe, I only wear it once in 3 months. You saw the shoe once in 3 months. And I don't like this anointing oil touching it because he has touched one part like that. This anointing oil, I need to be doing the anointing like this. Or remove the shoe. $300 shoe, $400. No. Give me the money. I'll put some as tied and hold the rest. Thickness. You know what I'm talking about. You know. But it's good they are tapping into prophet reward. Guess what? When I'm eating that fish, I'm saying, Father, today I told her, I said, my prayer has doubled for you. There's nothing that makes a man of God pray when you know how to bless him. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you, there is a kind of unction that comes on the man of God that knows how to give to the prophet. He said, when you give to a prophet a cup of water, you will receive what? A prophet's reward. And so God started to bless us. Some of you too have done the same thing. Minister Andrew and the wife, one day I had cold. After that cold season came, I said, Father, let another cold season come. There's one escaviche they brought to my house. I've never eaten that before. It's a Jamaican recipe. And they brought this soup for me. I drank it. As I was drinking, I said, Father, you must hear their cry. You must hear their cry. I'm telling you. Men of God. And God has told so many of you too. Dickness Neka, so many of you too. That have been a blessing. You know how to tap into it. Sometimes I will tell Dickness Neka, it's okay. I don't know when last I bought water in my house. She comes in, she sees my water is finished. She said, no way. She loads 10, 15. She and Dickness Root. Right? They fill it up. I want to help them carry it. You know, Neka is very macho. Bing, 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 bing. I want to carry. Say, Pastor, leave. Pastor. I have to respect myself sometimes. But even when I try to carry it, my waist and my knees sometimes get into action. It might look stupid before some people. It might look stupid, I'm telling you. But it's not being stupid at all. Even me, sometimes I like to tap blessing from some of you. Sometimes God will tell me, take these ones out for lunch. Or buy something for these ones. I'm not stupid. Because there is a blessing that is embedded on each one of you. There is a need on each one of us. That if we know how to tap into each other's lives. I've ministered before the Lord said, take your shoes out and give it to that person. Or take your wristwatch and give it to that person. Somebody came here and ministered one time. It wasn't anything. The Lord said, bless the person with $1,000 from your pocket. We didn't have it. We didn't raise the money here. When we gave the person the money, the person was like, what? I said, Father, this is a seed. It's a seed. I know what I'm doing. So I want you all to emulate givers never lack. A giver will never lack. You see, people that learn how to host people in their home and feed them. You see what Pastor Nomi is doing? You people are not even sensible about this thing. She's tapping the blessing of a prophet, tapping the blessing of the church, tapping the blessing of Pastor Moreno, tapping the blessing of everybody. She cooks and just load everybody. And she makes sure everybody must eat it. It's a blessing. It's more blessed to give. If the church can understand that, give it good sacrificially. What sacrifice giving does? Number one, giving expresses our faith. Good. I have a few minutes and we'll wrap with this. This giving thing today is, we must finish that. Yeah, good. Giving expresses faith or our faith. You don't have faith and you will not prosper until you are willing to give it away. Until you are willing to give it away, you don't have faith. And that will cause a resistance for you. You don't have faith until you are willing. There must be what? A willingness. There must be a willingness. Number 2, giving will attract God's favor. Pastor Naomi said that. Favor is something that money cannot buy. Money can buy you anything else but favor. Money can never buy you favor. Somebody say, I need God's favor. Number 3, giving establishes the foundation of your future. Giving establishes the foundation of your future. Your seed today is your harvest for tomorrow. Giving establishes the foundation of your future. Your seed today is your harvest for tomorrow. So whatever you do is what will come back to you, good or bad. Good or bad. So don't worry about people who are paying you back with evil. Don't worry about people who are not appreciating what you've done to them, because they are going to harvest whatever they have sown. Are you listening to me? Until we create a culture that surrounds giving, you will never prosper. It is more blessed to give than to receive. Acts 20 verse 35. Acts 20 verse 35. It is more blessed to give. Amen. Number 4, giving advances God's kingdom. Your giving will advance what? God's kingdom. Learn the secret of giving and your life will never remain the same. Big sister here, she know how to load me with what we call chapati. It's a Kenyan snack. It's like a bread, you know, that flat bread, like an Indian flat bread thing. I love to take that because it doesn't have sugar. And I take that with tea because I love tea a lot. I take a lot of tea. I have all kind of flavored tea in my house. So the other day, I told her the one she gave me, I had to be eating it small. For it took me almost like 2-3 months before I finished it. And when I told her, I said, she asked me, she said, you still have so much? She said, what? You still have that one? I said, yes. She said, eat it. I'll bring more for you. The other day, she loaded me like with 60 or more of it. This is how I carried it quick. And dropped it in my car. It's still there in the house. Giving will attract God's blessing. Same thing with Lydia. Lydia would, her own is fruit. That's why she's shining the way she's shining. She will load you with strawberries. I still have some of her strawberries. Because I package it, she told me, say, Pastor, when you get it, wash it, put it in the refrigerator, it will have the same taste. When you want to eat it, bring it, clean it, wash it, and then you eat it. Huh? The way she's talking about it, I'm salivating.